Hello, good morning and welcome to News Desk here on the JoyNews channel. We are live from our studio here in Kojo. We are live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 144, live around the world on myjoyonline.com. Coming up this hour, Chinese Galamsey Queen Aisha Huang appears before court. We'll take you live for update on proceedings. President Akufo-Addo commissions community days in high schools, North Tong District Court, among others, on his tour to the Volta region. We have the latest. And police ban tricycle operations after 10 p.m. in Wa following killing of a 60-year-old security guard in a school there. This news is also live on the Joy Prime channel. My name is Samuel Kojo. Stay with us for details. Now, the Galamsey kingpin, Aisha Huang, who was remanded on September 2, is before the Accra Circuit Court this morning. This follows the inability of the Galamsey Queen to answer charges preferred against her due to the absence of a Chinese interpreter during her first appearance in court. Aisha Huang, also known as Huang, is currently facing 2 fresh charges. She's been held on the charges of sale and purchase of minerals in Accra without license and engaging in illegal mining without license. Aisha Huang stoked controversy when she was first arrested in 2017 for engaging in the unlawful activity. The 47-year-old Chinese national was subsequently deported in 2019 by government, a move which triggered questions about Ghana's commitment to eradicating the menace. We'll get you details from our court correspondent shortly. But first, here's a News Desk report by Kweku Asante, capturing all you need to know about the mysterious Aisha Huang.
Aisha Huang seemed to have broken all conventional norms when it comes to security and arresting culprits involved in the endemic menace of Galamsey. According to journalist Abdul Malik Kwekubako, she was arrested multiple times but managed to get herself freed. Alleged Aisha Huang had sex tapes of powerful people he used to blackmail such persons.
I have it on record. Was arrested 3 times during the previous administration. 3 times she was released. She's a very powerful woman. Operates more within the Ashanti region, especially Kumasi. She's got connections from my own checks, also in this administration. You know, they have video and audio recordings of people who are powerful, of people who have been entrusted with responsibilities to protect us as a people. I'm telling you.
Eventually, her cover was blown and she became a topic of national discussion after her arrest in 2018. But expectations that she will be fully prosecuted fizzled out when she was deported. As unpopular as that government decision was, then Senior Minister Yao Osafo-Maafo defended the action.
A very good relationship with China. They're the main company that is helping develop the infrastructure system in Ghana. Is Sino Hydro. It's a Chinese company. It's the one that's going to help process our bauxite and provide about $2 billion to us. So when there are these kind of arrangements, there are other things behind the scenes. Putting that lady in jail in Ghana is not going to solve your economic problem. It's not going to make you happy or me happy. That's not important. The most important thing that has been imported out of Ghana.
The country was taken by surprise when Aisha Huang found her way back into the country under circumstances that can best be described as mysterious. Attempted to change her details on a foreigner's Ghana card and was said to be still neck deep in illegal mining. Indeed, security analyst Professor Kwesienin alleges there may be more to Aisha Huang than just illegal mining.
Aisha is not an ordinary Chinese gangster. She's an agent of the state. She's a spy. And her expertise is in economic warfare, deliberately destroying our environment and our water bodies through Galamsey, so that the cyanide and the mercury will go through our underground water, come through the food chain, and destroy the cocoa crop. And we know that Japan in particular, that loved our cocoa beans, is now disturbed because they found traces of chemicals in our cocoa beans. So we need to elevate this conversation over and above, ordinary people stealing excavators.
Well, some, including the minority, have raised concerns about whether she was actually deported. President Akufo-Addo says he is not sure.
I'm not still sure whether she was in fact deported or whether she fled the country the first time and has now come back. But whatever, there still seems to be some uncertainty about it. But whichever way it is, she's become the sort of nickname for all that the Galamsey represents. And unfortunately, also for the involvement of Chinese nationals in Ghana in this particular illicit trade. We have constantly to work at it. We need to have the cooperation of the courts.
The Attorney General has vowed to prosecute Aisha Huang for her past and current crimes and is currently set to appear before a court in Accra.
So this morning, Aisha Huang has appeared before the Accra Circuit Court, where she's been prosecuted for her engagement in the illegal mining menace in Ghana. Now, this same lady was arrested in 2018 for the same offenses. She was repatriated. Now, even the discussion about whether she was deported or repatriated is something that is hanging in the balance. Her cover was blown again, and she was rearrested in Ghana, facing some fresh charges there. So her issue is before the court now. She's been called, and we'll be bringing you all the latest update on this particular matter in our subsequent bulletins. This is still News Desk here on the Joy News channel. Now, President Akufo-Addo has inspected the whole Central Market, commissioned a community senior high day school and the North Tongue District Court on the third and final day of his visit to the Volta region. Now, a Deborah of Chiefs of People of Bator was also held in his honor. Volta region correspondent Ivy Setoji joins us live with more updates. Ivy, the president has also been engaging the chiefs. What have they been saying? Ivy, thanks for joining. I was asking that the president has been meeting the chiefs. What have they been saying?
So the president has been telling the chiefs that all the things they want or he promised will be given to them, especially in regards to the roads in the region. When we go to the Ketu South, we have the Diamond Cement Road, which has been bad for a very long time. We have a big company there, that's the Diamond Cement, and yet the road there is extremely bad, causing a lot of problems to the residents, especially health-related problems as well. And also, when you go to the road that leads to the community day school, that is Agblekwi, near the Togbi Fetis Palace, is also bad. That is the Komla Jumot Road. That road is also bad. So the chiefs told him, Togbi Fetis told him to work on that road, and so he promised he was going to do that. When we get to Northern District, that is Bato especially, where Togbi Katamia Jekle, the paramount chief of Bato, also asked him to fix the road, because when you are entering when you And Sogako, immediately you start, the roads are really bad. The town roads in Northton are very bad. If you can remember, we did a story on the 3 roads some few weeks ago. So President assured the chiefs that the roads would be fixed as soon as possible, but he asked them to exercise some. That was what he said. The roads will be fixed systematically. So he appealed to them to be a little patient with the government, because government is committed to ensuring that their roads are fixed. So these are some of the things he's been telling the chiefs. Yes, of course, the whole central market was also commissioned. He also visited there. He also went to the Agenda 11 at Avedakpa in the Akati North District, where he inspected the project. Also went to Kweve. Currently, those projects are currently ongoing. He was also at the 66 Artillery Regiment, where he was given a 21 gun salute. So these are some of the things the president has been doing or in the Volta region. And so he ended yesterday, last night around 9 p.m. in Battle in the North Tong district.
How many schools did he commission was in the region?
Well, he actually commissioned the Aplau Community Day School in Agbekwi, you know, the controversial Community Day School. That was what he commissioned. And also the Battle, that's the North Tong District Court, also in Battle, near the District Assembly. Yes, so he commissioned the Aplau Community SHS in Agbekwi. On the bad Diamond Cement Road. That's the Komla Jumor Road, rather, not the Diamond Cement Road.
Okay. With the district court, how many communities will the court be serving? Do we know?
Quite a number of communities. That's communities around the North Tong, about more than 10, and also some other communities that are not in the districts. Let's say Sugakopa, also that's the South Tong district, the Central Tong district, which is also not too far when you cross the river to that place, is not too far. So there are lots of communities in the North Tong district that the courts will be serving.
Interesting. At the day senior high school, now that it's been commissioned, do we tell us or describe to us how the place is like now?
Well, the place looks beautiful. Yes. When we visited there, it looks beautiful with students all over the place. Some other students from the 3 town senior high school also came to join to welcome the president. You could see both students from both schools, you know, at the top of the building, waiting to welcome the president. So for now, the community day school in Agbekwi, it looks beautiful, and the residents hope that it is maintained and more students are enrolled. We have quite a number of students who are currently in their first year there with the former assistant headmaster from Mauli School manning that place. So except that the problem is the access route to the place is quite far and the roads are bad. So I think that is one thing the president should look at.
Okay.
And
all right.
that road should be faced.
Ivy Setoji is our Volta regional correspondent. And now, some of the chiefs who have been speaking to the president, making requests about the construction of the roads. We have some videos of these chiefs. Let's now show you the chiefs and what they were asking of the president.
That is the Bloc Traditional Council. Something that not instances have been fighting for many years. The sacrifice of roads. And today, I'm one of the greatest sons council will forever be grateful. The generation of the generation will forever be grateful for what we have done for them. Thank you very much.
Moving on to other stories. Now, police in Wa have banned the use of tricycles after 10 p.m. This follows the killing of a security man on duty in a school. The latest incident brings to 6 alleged murders recorded in the municipality within the last 5 months. 60-year-old father of 5, Digbe Kwame, on duty at the Wa Star Standard International School, failed to return home after close of work Monday. Bloodstains were later found around his duty post, raising suspicion. JoyNews Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam has more in this report.
Parents and guardians rushed to Star Standard International School to pick their wards following invasion of school by machete-wielding persons believed to be blood relations of school's night security, Digbe Kwame, who's been declared missing since Monday. Maze of persons from his native Chere formed a search party and stormed the school Tuesday morning, thereby bringing fear and panic among the teachers and their pupils.
Trying to mobilize certain things, and the teachers were also helping in their own way. But when the relatives came, they said there should not be school. They went into the classes. Some of them holding cutlasses, chasing the children away. We said they should exercise patience so that we could call the parents, because some of them, the parents do bring them. So if you take them like this, or you chase them away like this, it is going to be unhealthy, because some will not be able to get to their destinations. But it's like the young guys, they were not trying to listen to us.
One of the leaders of the search party, Sufyan Idris, explained that the invasion is neither to harm the teachers nor the pupils, though they are of the belief that it is inhumane and immoral for them to continue with school curricular activities when one of their own was missing.
Saying that the school should close down, but we are thinking that the trauma that is associated with the whole issue, we are all children, we are all fathers and mothers here, of course. So we are thinking that the trauma that they are going through is not that.
60-year-old Digbe Kwame failed to return home after close of work on Monday. The victim, according to school authorities, usually lies on tables kept at the back of the stairs of the two-story uncompleted structure. There was no sign of him at the corner on Monday morning, but bloodstains were dotted all over the school's compound.
He sleeps here, according to information I have gathered, at the corner there. So that is where the case started, and they brought him here, finally do away with him, and then there was some blood on this leaves. But it's like, because of the rainfall, it wasn't. Then
this is a private security man alleged to have been killed in 5 months for alleged ritual purposes. 3 others for the past 2 months have also been declared missing by the police. The irony of it is that all took place in the Paguru enclave.
Inform the traditional authorities. We've gone on to inform Ghana Police Service, and in fact, we are only hoping that the due or the necessary procedures will be followed in getting us our uncle, whether live or otherwise. Well, as of now, we can't even confirm whether he's still dead or he's still alive. So our next action is that we are just hoping and looking on the Ghana Police Service to help us do the needful.
Landlords of the area are deeply worried about the continuous missing and killing of private security men in their enclave. They are urging the security forces, especially the police, to do the needful and bring the perpetrators to book. Meanwhile, the Upper West Region Police says they have started investigations on the issue. Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam.
To the Borno East region now, where residents of Kwame Danso in the Senate West District of the Borno East region are appealing to the government to compel the contractor working on the Atebubu Kwame Danso stretch to return to site. The 34-kilometer road was awarded to contract in the year 2020, with the contractor expected to complete work within 18 months. More than 6 months after the set date, only 30% of the road has been tarred, and the contractor has left site. My colleague Anas Sabit has more in this report.
The main highway linking Kwame Danso, the capital of the Sene West district, to Atebubu appears to be the most talked about road in the Bono East region. The poor state of the road continued to be the major challenge confronting the people of the area, as the situation has adversely affected the socio-economic advancement of the place.
Especially say yenam so na ye kwa foma se na e ya moto ne si woso ye no obi kura nyem na otim kura na e betimi aha akula no
ya kwan de ha kakra wo pa o ma boa ye kakra na de o me ye no aboa ye no so o ma wie na ma djuma no adjuma kwakura ye di maye nti e bo so kwan ba bi nye ana de o me ye kura sai so o mo ma ye nto aso nti ha pa ye ku ye fo enam kwan so no se obi wo di tractor kura ba ha wa se kwan no wa ma kwan so nye le ye dokura wo ma do ba dokura so mba ha kwan wa
obi nyim firi no hwa na de ne kwa tewa aya ye bra ho pa bi o betimi di na afro o ba beduru ha no tata na wa wo kan mu ba ko duru doctor mu na wa nya problem wa doctor nti stress de enya ye no ya stress mu ba be ya mai.
So this is the Atebubu Kwame Danso Road. It is a 34-kilometer stretch. Prior to the 2020 general elections, the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was here to cut a sword for the construction of this particular stretch.
Nearly 2 years after the award of the contract, we take a trip to find out the level of work done by the contractor as part of our Year of Rose feature.
As we speak now, 10 kilometers out of the 34 has been tarred. That is about 30% of the overall kilometer of this particular stretch.
Free John Mama, I know my hair says, I'm a cura, young pain for cura, and pain for more, or must say, young to about Sakwan Yesu. Oh, until now, Sana, I didn't acquire. Until about Drew say, Nana Akufo-Addo Ebaeno, no say Tony, identity or Obeboy. I'm a Yeniaji. Nti na nam kwan titulu kura na ma sa kwani ye dia to amana na Akufo-Addo ye di to man no ono so waye ade o so ni be fili first coat e be fili second and sana kotali aba nti kotali susu ba ye no na je say ono no o masana ye fa ajafa.
The people here are excited that work has been done. At least 1/3 of the work has been done, but the remaining 2/3 still in its deplorable nature.
Na de mwa yenzo mwa ya de pa mama ye ni age muduru so anu na se wo ko unjina boy me na mun ye hwe ti de mwa de ya ni age ho pa
ande me de nka ni age because when ba de boy pa the motor king kura ba it me ba first ye for motor ba ti me hwia so kwan it say they asusu so ba bi nya no.
They are appealing to government to come to their aid by ensuring that the contractor return to site to ensure that this stretch is completed.
Aja ombe boy moi ahoma bro aya ohunu ye mfitiase no aya odi hia sem mfitiase no ye sere no da sa ahoma bro no ombe to asomai na je se ontiminsi nya sa ye hunu amane
na first na enye kra but se mo aduma be ye say na dia kana mom yesra mo ambe enye maye.
Bono East Regional Minister Kwesi Adujan, who referred to the route as a critical road, says even though some work has been done, critical attention needs to be given to the stretch to ensure that it is completed on time.
Government after government since 1992 have re-awarded this project, this road project. With the coming into the office of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, this project has been awarded, and today about 30% of it has been completed. It's a very critical road here, from Atebubu to Kwame Danso and to Kojo. So we need to look at it and also make a passionate appeal to the Minister for Roads and Highways that this is a critical road and we must critically look at it.
He's however confident that with enough assistance and support, the contractor could complete the remaining work within 6 to 12 months.
They use 6 months for the 10 kilometers. 6 months, I quite remember. They use 6 months. So if they are giving the necessary assistance and support. Within 6 months or within a year, the remaining 24 could be completed. It isn't much of work to be done.
From the almighty Atibubu Kwame Danso stretch, my name is Anas Sabit, reporting for Joy News.
We're taking a quick break. We'll be back with more news. Stay with us. Welcome back from the break. Now, let's take you back to the Aisha Huang case because the case has been called in court and lawyer for Aisha Huang, Captain retired Efa Nkrabia Efa Date, is questioning the AG as to how the issue is being handled. Now, he says if Aisha Huang is not granted bail, it would then mean that Ghana's laws are not working and the judiciary is cooperating with the Attorney General, just as he had asked for at the bar conference to deal with the Chinese folks. He's questioning why Aisha Huang was taken out of the country, insisting there's no law or action that barred her from returning to the country. So that's the latest from the Aisha Huang case. The case is still being heard at the Accra Circuit Court, and we are there. We'll bring you latest on that in our subsequent bulletins here on the JoyNews channel. In our competitive world, being able to read and write could open many doors. Ghana has one of the highest rates of illiteracy, a situation blamed on its poverty rate. But a non-governmental organization, Enterprise Bureau, is seeking to change the narrative. It began a nationwide campaign to get as many illiterate adults as possible to be able to read and write. There's more in this report.
Engage Now Africa says it seeks to heal, rescue, and lift vulnerable individuals, families, and communities to help them become self-reliant through strategic programs, projects, and partnerships. To achieve this, the NGO has begun vocational and adult literacy programs.
Our main mission is to heal, to rescue, and to lift our own brothers and sisters out of poverty. Now, in lifting aspect, we have the vocational, the literacy and the vocational skills aspect of it. And today being a day set aside by the UN or UNESCO to celebrate literacy, we also having over 12,000 people on the program. We thought it wise that we have to celebrate them. We have to join the rest of the world to celebrate all these learners or participants on the program.
According to the Executive Director of Enterprise Bureau, Anne Ethel Komlaga, the COVID-19 period exposed the fact that formal education is not the only means to gain literacy skills. She therefore emphasized the need to make informal educational settings conducive.
I think COVID-19 has exposed us big time in the way we define literacy. We were all stuck with the traditional definition of literacy by being able to read and write through school or through school activities. COVID-19 came and those who were able to read and write were left home. Those with the arts were painting for us and were buying at high cost. This has exposed that our definition is so simple but very ineffective.
The adult literacy program will ensure students are able to engage in casual conversations and even read labels on products used in the skill trade program.
Our main objective is that at the end of the program, you should be able to read basic English, speak basic English, write basic, and understand what you are reading. It's very necessary because the skills that we are giving you, they are all written in English, and you have to be able to read. Remember, we are dealing with chemicals. You have to be able to read what is there so that you'll be able to apply it very well and do it to the standard that people will love to buy and keep coming. So that's why it's very essential that we focus on the language that everybody can understand and speak, and they can also do trade with it, not only in Ghana, but beyond.
Anticipating that students in the adult literacy program may face mockery and other stereotypical comments which may discourage them, Engage Now Africa has established skillful and fun ways to deal with those.
It's not only about sitting in a classroom, but we also engage them in fun activities, and we also we bring them together to do stuff together. Then they get to know each other, and then going to class is now like a family unit thing. They don't have to worry or whatever. They even teach themselves, because we even set aside a day, like let's say Thursday, for instance, is English speaking day. So whatever it is, if you come to class on Thursday, you need not speak any other language except what English. And you can well imagine when people are speaking and making a whole lot of mistakes and they are teasing each other with it. It's so fun.
A new skills training path to empower Ghana's unlettered adult population. Jesse Sewa-Boafos reports for JoyNews.
Now, residents in Kumasi with dental and oral health defect are being given the opportunity to correct them at no cost. Services include tooth replacement and filling, root canal therapy, dental x-ray, scaling and polishing. This is under the benevolence of some foreign volunteers and their local collaborators at the Adventist Hospital at the Valley View University Kumasi campus. Ohiming Teria of our health desk has more in this report.
Dentists say oral hygiene is a health concern that can be complicated. The Adventist Hospital at the Valley View University says the 2-week outreach program is to help meet the dental health needs of the public. The event, which is coinciding with the official opening of the Shupo Dental Unit of the Adventist Hospital at Odium, will see similar services being provided at SDA hospitals at Asamai, Namo, Kwadaso and Techimai. The VVU Dental Clinic is one-stop dental facility with 5 dental theater suites faced with modern equipment. Equipped with dental x-ray, patients accessing corrective therapy are assured of digital but panoramic dental scanning of both upper and lower jaw. According to dental surgeon Dr. Samuel Mafu Ansa, who is in charge of the dental clinic, all complications associated with dental care would be corrected during the exercise.
We do teeth replacements. With the teeth replacement, both the removable and the fixed, we do it here. Fixed prosthesis, we do it here. And also orthodontics, functional appliances, removable appliances, braces, all that we cover it. Inclusive surgical extractions, some of lesions and small lesions that has to do with the oral cavity. We do all that also here. One of the key areas in the body that people do neglect because they have a lot of like a lot of teeth is their dental problems. Okay, so we thought it wise. Why not start with doing a free outreach to help cater for the needs or the dental needs of the people in this community? And actually, it was pioneered by some foreign dentists from Ulster, and also some of the local dentists that are in this country, just so that we can help make people aware of the need to keep their oral hygiene and also to render services in terms of doing free procedures to help keep their oral hygiene in shape.
Dr. Mafo wants the Ghanaian public to pay attention to their oral health needs the same way they do to other health needs.
With dental-related problems, the earlier the better, because the worse it becomes, the more expensive it is to get it done. For your mouth, I think it's one of the areas in your body that people are always looking at when you speak. People want to see how your teeth is, and if your oral hygiene is bad, sometimes it can even affect your social interactions. An example is somebody with halitosis, which is bad breath. It becomes very difficult for the person to mingle with with people, because he or she thinks that when they are always making certain facial appearances when he speaks. If you are to leave your teeth without having to cater for it every 6 months or at least once a year, when it becomes worse, it becomes very, very difficult for you to pay and have them done.
Ohiming Teria reporting.
Now, just before we go for the break for business, let's bring you some updates that has come with regards to the Aisha Huang case. Now, what do we know about the Aisha Huang case? We know that in 2017, Aisha Huang was arrested over her involvement in Galamsey. May 2017, Aisha Huang was remanded and put on trial. In December 2018, state dropped charges against Aisha Huang. Court discharged her and she was reportedly deported. In April 2019, Osafo Maafo said Aisha's deportation was the best choice for Ghana, citing the fact that we're getting some support from China, and therefore in international relations, it was the best we could offer. In September 2019, Akufo-Addo said Aisha's deportation was a mistake for Ghana. So that's the president opposing the senior minister there. In February 2022, Aisha Huang grabs Ghana card on a Sunday. How did that happen? Now, we also know that Aisha sneaked back into Ghana with a Togo visa, but as to when exactly she did, we don't know. In September 2022, Aisha Huang was arrested again in Ghana over Galamsey. In September 2022, again, Aisha was sent to court and remanded. And Akufo-Addo, also speaking about this whole matter in this month, said she is not sure Aisha Huang really left Ghana in 2019. Again, we understand, whilst this case is in court, being represented by Captain Retired Nkrabea Efadate, he, as a lawyer for Aisha Huang, says if Aisha is not granted bail, it will mean that Ghana's laws are not working and the judiciary is cooperating with the Attorney General, just as he had asked for at the bar conference, which was held in Ho, to deal with the Chinese folks. Now he's questioning why she was taken out of this country, insisting there's no law or action that barred Aisha Huang from returning to the country. We're still following this matter, and we'll bring you details on our subsequent bulletins. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we have latest from the world of business for you. Stay with us here on News Desk.
Hi, welcome to the news. My name is Darrell Powell. There's food in the system. That's according to the Concerned Farmers Association, who have been speaking with Joy Business. President of the association, Nana Obuade Opambo-Bonsu II, indicated that middlemen along the agri value chain have inflated prices at urban centers. He further revealed they are working with the Ghana Standards Authority to set standards to regulate prices on the market. There's more in this report. Speaking at a press conference, President of the Concerned Farmers Association, Nana Obuade Opambo-Bonsu II, blamed loopholes along the agri value chain on bad road networks. According to him, the inability of farmers to transport goods from the farm gates to the markets has enabled middlemen to exploit consumers.
When it comes to Ghana in general, we don't have a standard price. Each and every person goes with the standard price. So we are doing collaboration with other farm-based organizations like the Ghana National Association of Farmers and Fishermen, and then other groups, all of us to come together so that what the standard body is saying, that we get a scaling system so that all the foodstuffs will be scaled. Though there's a high price of fuel, we all know, but then the kind of prices that the market women are selling some of our produce in the market, it is even shocking. But I want to assure the general public and then Ghanaians that there's enough food, they shouldn't be panicked. There's more food, and then food is going to be cheaper and cheaper. The only challenge that we are facing is a little bit of the transport system. There are some places that the road network is very bad.
Philip Aqua, a farmer, called on government to fast-track processes in standardizing scales on the markets.
There is bumper harvest, and there is a need for this foodstuffs to be conveyed from the farm to the town so that the citizen can have access to. But the problem here is the pricing. There are some places they hike the pricing. So at the end of the day, you find people, strain themselves to get the food to buy. And it's a very difficult, it's a challenge, a great challenge. And there's the need for these local markets to be developed. We should develop the local market through pricing, so that we can, everybody can have access to food. We shouldn't have in mind that there is no food. There is food. There is enough food.
Meanwhile, Nana Obuade highlighted that should government fulfill its promise of providing trucks to transport food from the farm gates to the markets, most of the challenges will be addressed.
We heard that the Agric Minister, Dr. Friya Koto, and his government told us that there's going to be a track system, which at the end of the day, we are so happy about it, because when the track get to with the farmers in time, I think this food that is being getting wasted within the various farming communities like Dwabuso will be coming to the city. When you go to Ejura right now, there's enough of maize that is there. A 5 tuber of yam cost 10 Ghana cedis from the farmer.
In other news, the EU ambassador to Ghana, Echad Razali, says it's reassuring that the EU's support for small and medium-scale businesses in the country is yielding great impact. He says the impact is not just on the quality of products, but on the lives that are being lifted through job creation. Mr. Razali said this when he visited some business centers the EU is supporting in the northern region. Here's more from Martina Bugui.
Shea has been used in the cosmetic industry for a long time because of its high concentration of vitamins and fatty acids. But even though Ghana is one of the leading producers of shea products, exporters have found it difficult penetrating the European market because of STAB standard. It is against this backdrop that the EU is funding the West African Competitiveness Program project being implemented by the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, to improve on quality of the product. The EU ambassador said processing is one of the key areas they want to expand.
This is very, I would say, inspiring and very reassuring too, that the partnership that we have with people like you, like Churchwind as a company, is making a difference, not only on the quality of the product that you are selling, not only on the markets that you are exploring, but on the very life of the people you are uplifting all the way through your processing. And processing is one of the key priorities that we want to expand, not only on the shea economy, on agriculture, agribusiness, cocoa as well.
The chief technical advisor of UNIDO, Charles Saki, said the women are being supported on how to package and produce quality shea.
So for the shea industry, we're looking at, as I said, first we're looking at access to quality. So we know shea has been there with us for a long time. We know what our mothers and our elderly women have been doing. But it's gone international, and you need to make sure that you produce shea to reduce the free fatty acids. So we train these women to make sure that they process properly so that it meets the international quality.
The project manager of the trade economic sector of the EU, Mango Putora, said they have helped the producers to penetrate the European market.
In this processing center for the shea butter that we are standing in front of this, only in this one we have 750 women that got connected to markets because they work with this processing center. So they have been trained for the quality of the products and for the export formalities only by this single center.
The EU ambassador also visited some of the producing centers they are supporting.
And that's Business Sports is coming up. Please stay tuned.
That's how we wrap up the bulletin as well. There's more news on myjoyonline.com. My name is Samuel Kojo. Brace. Stay with us and enjoy the rest of our programs. Have a good morning.